know if you've ever had that experience before where you are in a store, you see something you really like, it's a good size bag for a good price. You're like, yeah, here in this big store, that'll fit, that's not too bad. And then you realize, you know, you get it home and you remember that you're living in a very small trailer, and you wonder, how is that going to fit? Yeah, I bought that and that big bag of chips, and that's pretty much all we can fit in our cupboard now. But, you know, we'll be eating good for a while. Well, some lunch spots are absolutely epic, and some lunch spots are just functional and practical. Sometimes parking lot of a Fred Meyer will do the trick. Yep, had to do a little shopping. Everybody was starving, so we just pulled it out right here and got some lunch done, and then we'll head on our way to find another campsite tonight. Got kicked out of our last one, we'll tell you that story.
Although we planned on spending 6 or 7 days at our Chena Lake campsite, the Parks and Recreation Department had other plans. One of the friendliest rangers I have ever met informed us that the campground would be closing that evening. Our search led us up the Steese Highway about 30 minutes north of Fairbanks to the 34.6-mile pond, a beautiful little lake just off the road. The lake was stocked with rainbow trout and Arctic grayling, but our best efforts at fishing went unanswered. We did meet a very friendly woman by the name of Catherine, a former postmaster from Minnesota, that informed us that a pair of juvenile grizzlies had been making mischief in the area. That certainly encouraged us to keep our heads on a swivel.
We come with a bounty of blue heaven.
To get some?
We got some.
Let's see, what's the harvest?
I might have expanded our bucket a little far. It might not have been necessary.
Hey, that's a pretty good
haul for, 5 minutes of work.
Since I'm the only one that eats blueberries, my dad eats them.
So sometimes there's maintenance that just has to be taken care of. And after 8,000 some odd miles, probably more than that, I'd have to look to be sure. I'll jot it down in my notes, but after a whole lot of miles, our tires were in desperate need of balancing and rotating. The Dempster and the way that it wore them down and rounded off the edges, it just took the tires way out of balance. And so we're here at the Mobile One in Fairbanks, Alaska, and they're getting us taken care of. We'll be back on the road. Also, we've just ordered a diesel heater. We're having that shipped to my friend Cyrus in Dallas, and then he's going to ship it up here. It was just going to take forever to try to have it shipped directly to Alaska from Amazon. Don't know why. There's a distribution center in Anchorage, but I guess that's just the price you pay for living in a place that's this beautiful. So we'll get that up here. We'll get it installed, and we'll be on our road to Denali. This is the nicest laundromat we have ever been to.
Yeah, Jim was getting the oil changed on the car, and the kids were sitting there and spotted it across the street, and I was like, I'm gonna go do laundry, and man, I got the good deal. It's like a little lounge in here, and I've been reading, and it's
I came over to check on her, and I was like, well, no wonder you haven't come back.
Yeah, I'm waiting on laundry.
I'm telling you right now, Fairbanks, Alaska, Fairbanks Laundry. This is the place to come right here.
Nicest laundromat we've seen.
Eric's at the desk working back there. They've got somebody on site to take care of any problems. And then I had questions about filling water tanks, and he knew how to handle that too. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
No visit to Fairbanks would be complete without a visit to the Santa Claus house in the nearby hamlet of North Pole, Alaska. Here you will find the largest Santa statue in the world at almost 50 feet tall, and every kind of Christmas decoration you could possibly imagine. Christmas cards and packages shipped from the post office in town are postmarked 325 Santa Claus Lane, North Pole, Alaska. What could possibly be better than that?
What did you find?
The list on the desk over there. Ella found her name, but James and I aren't there, so we're thinking that might be the naughty list.
Uh-oh.
The naughty list.
We followed up our walk down Santa Claus Lane with crepes from the North Pole Creperie. Our new campsite gave us incredible access to the remote wilderness along the Steese Highway. Also known as Alaska Route 2 and Route 6, this road was built to support mining activities around the town of Circle, Alaska, and was completed in 1927. Roughly the first half of the highway is paved. Of course, we couldn't resist stopping to do some hiking.
We're probably about 80 miles from the Arctic Circle right now. Circle's about 50 miles, I think, south of the Arctic Circle. And the story is that whoever came across this little area thought they were in the Arctic Circle. And so they named it Circle. And then they found out they were short of the Arctic Circle. But it's a neat little area, Steese Road. We've been exploring here all day. And you can see behind me, it's beautiful. It's we feel like we're close to the Arctic Circle because the trees are going away almost completely. You see a few every once in a while, and it kind of flattens out. But it's kind of cool. This was the mail route, and I guess really any sort of route that they needed to take from Fairbanks to Circle, and it was the summer route. The winter route actually stayed in the valley down along the river. Probably it froze and they could run their dog sleds and whatnot.
Well, it's going to be tough to appreciate it, but there was a hike here, the 12-mile trail that went between Fairbanks and Circle, and it led up to this summit, and I had to climb up. The trail just sort of went on by, but nah, you just got to see the top of some stuff. So it is absolutely beautiful up here. We're about 50 miles or so from the Arctic Circle. We're just below the Arctic Circle. So it's just beautiful, just beautiful.
The scenery along the entire route is breathtaking, and the rugged wilderness seems to go on forever.
What'd you find?
Found some mushrooms where the spores explode out of the top.
Okay, let me get close so I can see. Okay.
See if this one will do it again.
Oh, wow.
Puff,
Oh, hang
puff,
on.
puff, puff.
After about 2 hours of driving, we stumbled upon the White Mountains National Recreation Area. This, along with the adjacent Steese National Conservation Area, includes about 2.2 million acres of public land. We wandered dirt roads and explored remote streams, surrounded by a wilderness teeming with bear, caribou, and moose. It was a photographer's dreamscape with wild and beautiful images just waiting to be captured.
All right, well, it is a wet, soggy day here, but we are on the Dalton Highway, and that's pretty cool. We're not going to drive all of it. We're not headed up to Prudhoe Bay. We made the decision to do our Arctic Ocean viewing and Arctic Circle crossing over by Tuktoyaktuk and in Yuvik. So, but we still wanted to see this road. It's a historic road. We're going to go up a ways, check out the Alaskan Pipeline, which is just an amazing feat of engineering, and we're going to have a little lunch because we're starving.
The Dalton Highway was built to service the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, which runs 800 miles from Prudhoe Bay on Alaska's north slope to Valdez, Alaska in the south. Pre-construction started in 1973 and the pipeline was completed in 1977. About half of the 48-inch diameter pipeline is raised in order to prevent the melting of permafrost and to minimize the impact of the line on wildlife. Oil takes about 9 days to make the journey.
What you doing?
got my Tostitos,
Wow.
and got my chips, and running low on both, and that makes me nervous.
A Texan never goes anywhere without their chips and salsa. Chips and salsa on the Dalton Highway.
I'm having to do a modified salsa application, and
That's dangerous. You could spill some.
well, but I don't, because that's how I roll.
We've had a lot of traffic jams today on the
have.
Dalton Highway. We weren't expecting that.
This Alaskan traffic is crazy.
Yep. We actually sat longer in traffic here than we have in quite some time. But there's some road construction. And
In fact, we're on a detour right now. No,
Not yet.
This is still the Dalton.
this is still the Dalton, but they did detour us, so we missed just a little part of it. And it detoured us around and then we got back on. But it's beautiful up here.
It is gorgeous. The thick stands of birch, they're all changing color right now. So you've got this incredible mix of green and gold.
Yeah.
Very Baylor.
Yes, I think
Baylor.
Alaska loves Baylor.
I think so.
I think it's all green and gold, but it's beautiful and I'm glad we did it and wish we could go further. We kind of got a little taste and it's like, oh, now we want to do it. But we made the decision to do the Dempster instead of the Dalton. We just wanted to experience a little bit of the Dalton. It's kind of the quintessential Alaska road. So
That's right.
we wanted to do it and see a little bit of it, see the pipeline. And we did that and now we're headed back to Fairbanks.
Join us next time as we explore the Denali Highway, meet up with a friend from Dawson City, and get our very first taste of the winter to come.